Yo, what up? This is Bat. Just wanted to get some of this info out there for some of you guys who are new to Genshin Impact. This is definitely going to help you guys get set up to be more efficient when heading into late game. This guide's also going to really help the low budget or free to play players a bit more than the pay to win players. Okay, so to start out, just wanted to start with kind of like an itinerary for what you should be doing as a new Genshin Impact player. I think a lot of people's intuition initially is going to tell them that they should be just knocking out all the quests they can, like in other games. That's what you would do. Now, this is the fastest way to level. However, this is a finite way of getting EXP. It's really fast, but once it's gone, it's gone. So you should not prioritize it. There's more efficient ways and better things that you should be doing with your time. Also being probably the top priority would be doing your commissions. Now you unlock these level 12 to 14, I believe. Now these give a lot of EXP, give you a really good source of primo gems every day. This is definitely your top priority every day. They refresh once a day. Knock these out every day. Um, your second priority, I would say, is going to be if you click on your map, look up at the top right, this little moon symbol. This is going to be your resin, and this is basically your resource that you're going to use to not only get more EXP, but also get mats for weapons and characters and things of this nature, weapons. Um, you're going to want to make sure that this is never capped. So as soon as you get it, I think you get it somewhere between 14 and 16. As soon as you get your ley lines, just start knocking those out right away. Your goal should be every day to be able to get this down to 0, and that's about 600 or so extra experience per day that you're going to be getting. That's not the main quest, and this will refill every day. You're basically trying to get set up so when you get to about level 30-ish and you finish the main quest and everything's done, you're going to be really hurting for this resin and resources and EXP that you might not have gotten earlier on. So, what else can you do besides the main quest? Well, in Genshin Impact, there's, for one, these Oculus. Now, the Oculus are basically a collectible found throughout the map. There's the Animoculus, the one you see right here, and then there's the Geoculus, which spawned down in the southern portion of the map. Um, so basically, what you can do is collect these. Every time you collect a certain amount, you turn them into one of these statues, and they will give you more max stamina. This is going to help you as you're progressing through the game, having more stamina. They also give you EXP and primo gems, so that's something you should definitely prioritize early. A quick tip for you guys who want to knock that out as soon as possible, which I would recommend, is go ahead and type into Google interactive map Genshin Impact. It's going to basically a map hack. This is it right here. It's going to show you where all the locations of all the Geoculus are and the Animoculus. So, you can use this, reference it to see where they all are and go hunt them down. I'd advise, get all the chests and do all the side things you can while looking for them. A strategy I use is when I pick up an Oculus, see how I have these stars on the map? I mark where I pick them up, so when I go to reference the interactive map, I know which ones I've already gotten, and it kind of just helps as you go through to get more. So you don't want to be in the position to where you only need 2 more left and you don't know where the hell they could be, because then you're going to have to go through the interactive map and look at every spawn location and hope that you can find it. It's just going to take a lot of time, and just it'll save you a headache to go ahead and mark the map. So another big thing that you should be doing, probably the next priority after resin, is just go around and get every chest you see. So, see right here, boom, here's a chest. When you find a chest, do the chest, unlock it. This is going to, the reason being is chests respawn in this game. So, I believe it's about a week, give or take a few days. So you're going to want to just get every chest you can as possible, as early as possible. So you put them on that that cooldown, that refresh timer. So then, and come next week, there'll be more sooner. So um, that's another reason why blowing through the main quest is not the right choice, because if you just focus on the main quest, when you're done, you're gonna go look for chests. You're gonna go knock them all out, and then they're just gonna be gone, right? If you do the chests now, you get the EXP now, and then by the time you go back to the main quest, finish the main quest, a lot of these chests are gonna be respawning, and you'll be in a much better, more efficient place um, while progressing through the game. Another tip I can give you guys is just grab everything. You know, some of these are kind of just not that important, but you'll figure it out later what's important, what isn't. Um, but just grab everything, because you need every mat you find in this game pretty much. You know, so you see like a flower that looks unique, oop, grab it. You will need it late game. Apart from chest hunting, I would say go ahead and try to find all the waypoints. These give EXP, as well as the shrines. Um, every time you see one of these, see this little ghost up here in the whatever they're called, you're gonna want to just do all these. What you do is you go to them, and when you're on top of them, they move, and they will send you to their corresponding chest location. So you just follow them all the way, and you will get a free chest. You want to go ahead and do all those as well early. So I get a lot of questions from friends that are new to the game, and they ask me things like, you know, what's a good team comp? Which one of these comps you think works, or who's good? Who should I be playing out of these characters? And at the end of the day, team comps, they don't really matter. The only thing that really matters is what character do you like? What character do you think is cool? What character do you like, their voice lines, their animations, like everything. It's that's what you should go with. The one you have the most fun playing with, the one you want to play. So I know a lot of you are like, you know, I really like Lisa, but I think, you know, Venti's better, so I'm just gonna play it. No, just go with the one you like. You know, at the end of the day, you can make anything work. You can beat the whole game with any character, even Amber, the one that most people would say is the worst character in the game, but she can work. She has good utility. She can definitely provide a lot of things to a team. So just go off of whoever it is. If that character is Lisa because she's top tier waifu for obvious reasons, I would say go with Lisa. If you like her attack animations, her voice lines, you know, her abilities, go with them. You know, so another thing is you're just gonna want to focus on one character initially, and just kind of level only them up, and they'll be carrying you through the large portion of the game. You want to save all your resources, and then down the road you're going to want to pick a second character to kind of back them up. Usually it's going to be something that helps with their elemental type. You know, if I'm going with Lisa, she's electric. She doesn't really get countered by too much. Maybe ice would probably be the top counter, so you maybe pair her up with like a fire character, or something of that nature, or water, or something that can blend and also help her with the things that counter her. So that's another thing to think about. So stick with one character, maybe two, if you really find, you know, you're not sure, you really have another character you really like. And then I would say third character, you're going to want to like slowly build. You don't have to put too much focus, but build a healer. It's going to help you late game. It's also going to save you time, not have to like craft food and eat food. So Barbara's a nice free-to-play option if you're able to get to level 20 before 1.1 comes out. I think you have a few more weeks to do that. So that's a good option. If not, Noelle is a great character. Like if you really like Noelle, play Noelle. She's really good. She's definitely underrated. Um, the fact that she's Geo, she can pretty much deal with any element. She heals everybody, just does big dick damage. She's just really good. Another good option is actually the MC. Now, I mean, personally, I prefer the female MC. I think she just looks cooler. Voice lines are cooler. She's cuter, obviously, but definitely something you should know is you get free constellations just for playing the game and leveling up. This is something that, you know, for free-to-play players, you're not going to get a lot of constellations on a lot of characters, at least not anytime soon. So that's one reason to play main character. Another one is you get materials for ascending them for free just by playing the game. So definitely one of the more free-to-play friendly characters is the MC. However, don't play the MC if you don't like the MC. You know, if you don't like the MC, don't play him, even though he might be really good for free-to-play players. Play what you like, what you think's what you like, their animations, their voice lines, they're cool. Whichever you have the most fun playing, play that character, and stick to 1 to 2 characters for the vast majority of the game. Eventually, down the road, you'll start getting leveling up other characters, but you're gonna want 1 to 2 to just carry you through most of the content. And if you do follow that long term, you're gonna be set up for success. Now, as far as summoning goes for a new character, for a new player, you're definitely gonna want to summon. Use your first 2 multis on the beginner banner. I think it's the Noel banner. Get a free Noel. It's definitely worth. Go ahead and do that. And as far as this new summon that just came out, the Klee banner, I would just look at the 4 stars. If you're free to play, if you're pay to win, do you? You know, just go ahead and just put as much money as you want and get whatever character you want. But for the free to play players, you should look at the 4 stars in particular in the banner, because you will be getting them. You'll be getting multiples of them if you're summoning a lot on the banner. If you like these 3, Zenku, Sucrose, and Noel, then you should probably summon on the banner. You know, having more characters is always a good thing too. So even if you got a Zenku, you don't really like Zenku, but it's good to just have them. You can send them out on expeditions. There might be certain situations where you might need them for a certain element, or so yeah. So consider summoning on it. If you don't, if you're looking forward to one of the new characters that are coming out in the next few months, like Zhao or something, maybe don't summon too much. Maybe, you know, pop a multi or 2 and save the rest of your gems for when that character, especially if you're free to play, for when that character you really want comes out, and then just go all in for that character. But if you really like Klee and you really want Klee and you really like these 4 stars, summon for them. And it won't hurt to pop a couple, a multi or 2, and just to get an extra character as well. Also, things you should know: Sucrose. When you get 1 dupe of Sucrose, she becomes way better. Same with Noel. If you get 1 dupe her first constellation, she becomes way better. So that's just another thing to keep in mind, whether you should summon or not. Okay, so the last part of this guide, I've also got some questions from some of my friends that are newer to the game, is about equipment and how you should be equipping your character. Honestly, when it comes to artifacts, like, the main thing you just got to worry about is your primary stat. You want it to be pretty much on 99% of every character. You just want attack percent. So just equip, if you find an artifact that has attack percent, that's the most important thing. Go ahead and level it up, especially if it's not a 2-star, preferably not 3, but you might have to invest in some 3 stars early. Just go ahead and level it up if it has attack percent. It's just the most important thing. Everything else really doesn't matter early game. It only starts to matter later on. But if you are curious, like good substats, which are like the not the primary stat, but the ones that are under, are going to be like the best ones you can find are going to be like attack percent, elemental mastery, crit rate, crit damage. Those are going to be things that you're going to want in these subcategories. So like this one, it has attack, which is pretty good early game. You can't have attack percent if the main stat is attack percent, so this is pretty good. Elemental mastery is really good early, so this is a pretty decent piece, you know, especially for early to mid. I'll be getting rid of this eventually, but this is definitely a good piece. As well as like this one, attack percent. I leveled it up, has attack percent. All this really doesn't matter, but you know, these stats, whatever, they do whatever. It doesn't matter. As far as set pieces go, if you can get a set piece, it's good, but don't worry too much about it. Probably the best sets, I would say, early game are going to be the Berserker set, the Sojourner set, and I don't have the Exile yet. I don't know exactly what level you start getting Exile. Exile's great, and so is Instructor. Those sets are good, but the most important thing is don't even worry about the sets. Just get the attack percent on all your items for the characters you're building. And then also with the Feather, you get flat attack every time. So, you know, hopefully you can get attack percent down here, or crit rate, or elemental mastery. Energy recharge is decent, but the things you don't want are like defense and HP. Anything to do with those is really bad. So And then with the feather, I mean, with the flower, it's always HP, so you just want like attack percent, or see, like, let me see. See, this one I leveled up because it has attack percent, you know. So those are things you want to look out for as far as artifacts go. Early game, pretty much on every character. It's a mage, if it's a claymore wielder, or if it's a healer, like almost always attack percent is going to be where it's at. Now, certain healers, for example, like Barbara, if you look at her talents, pretty sure she scales off of HP. See, max HP percentage. So like, she'll be a better healer if she has more HP, right? So that's like one unique character to that attack percent situation, as well as Noelle. If you're trying to run her as just a strict healer, um, she scales off of defense, you know, so you want to build defense on her. If you just want her to be like your main character, I would say get defense in your secondary stats, but primary you're still just going to go with attack. She'll kind of just carry you through the game if that's the case. And as far as weapons go, so when it comes to weapons, the things I would recommend are the craftable weapons. So like you get the prototype Rancor one-handed sword for free for just like going through the story or whatever early, or perhaps it's the adventure rank. I can't remember, but you get it for free. It's a good item. If you're gonna invest in any items and you're free to play, they should be the craftable items. As far as 3-star weapons go, I mean, you can see I've leveled up a couple because there are some good 3-star weapons. They don't scale well, so you don't want to invest too hard into them. Although there is one item that's 3-star that's really good. It's probably the best one. It's this, the Thrilling Tales of the Dragon Slayers. This is a really good item, especially for like any like off support character that you barely use. Just go it, especially look, this is a Barbara item all the way. I refined it level 5 already. What it does is when you switch characters, you just get, for the character that you switch to after the one holding this item, they get almost 50% more attack. This is incredible. It gives you like a huge damage boost. It's a pretty good item. It's worth investing in. Apart from that, most of them aren't. There are some good ones, like Slingshot's a really good item for like if your main DPS is an archer. It's pretty good. I wouldn't invest too hard. Maybe you can maybe level it up to 20 if you want. Maybe refine it once, or not refine, but enhance it once. But I would not go too much farther than that because they don't scale as well as the 4 stars or 5 stars if you're pay to win.